Alright, so before we start, has it ever occurred to you guys that one of the biggest lies that Hollywood gave us was shower sex? Like, really? Honestly speaking, I feel as though shower sex was one of the biggest lies that Hollywood gave us, mostly because of how impractical it really is. Because when you think about it, when y'all are like working on the foreplay, then you're making out, if you're at the top, there's water that is running through your face, so you can't open your eyes and you're breathing through the same mouth you are making out with. If you are the shorter person in the relationship, then it's either you're trying to keep your eyes closed so that the water from on top doesn't land on them and you can barely see the partner you are making out with. And at the end of it, while y'all are busy trying to hit it, it's like there's zero grip. So at some point there's this awkward situation where it's like y'all are struggling for grip because you don't start squirming around and suddenly fall. But then again, when you actually sit down and you really think about it, if you fall while you are doing that, it's not the worst way to go down. It's not the worst way to die. It's most definitely one of the most pleasurable ones. But anyways, that aside, welcome to Break Time on Westside Extra. It's not your regular Break Time on Westside because that one is on break. And so we have this here. Plus, I figured since some of y'all haven't been going to school, I might as well teach you a little bit of something here and there. So I figured, why not body counts? So on to the body count. The body count, aka the dick and pussy mileage count, aka the fuck-o-meter, meter with an ER and not RE because it is quantity and not length, aka your genitalia's XP points, aka your ride and count tally. It's what people use to state the number of people they've had relations with and is what some other people use to determine whether you are a whore or a hoe.
She belongs to the streets.
A player, a fuckboy, a virgin, or your monkey is just inexperienced. Now, while we find it super easy to make every manner of sexual assumptions about body counts, they aren't very effective at measuring shit. And that's mostly because it's a very subjective quantity. In this case, numbers don't lie, but they don't necessarily say the whole truth. What do I mean? Take for example, a girl is to bang a guy. They go past first base and he's supposed to put it in. He puts the tip in and then he nuts. He lets it all out, or they disagree on the type of condom or some shit. I don't care. According to the girl, they haven't had sex and the body count remains at 0. But according to the guy, since sex is measured by penetration and since some kind of penetration happened, his body count went up by 1. That being said, if you also base sex by whether you nut or not, you might have slept with 50 people and only nutted from, say, 5. Does that mean that you have a body count of 5 or 50? Also, if you have a threesome or a foursome, does that count as 2 or 3 more people on the body count? Or is it a fuck one, get 2 free and factors as just 1? Also, if you banged one guy or girl every single day, twice for a straight year, does that necessarily mean that you have less quote-unquote mileage than someone who banged 30 people once for the same amount of time?
What kind of shit is that?
Shouldn't we just count the number of times and not the number of people per se, in that case? So what is body count really for? Well, it's a social construct. That's just what it is. It's just a social construct. Built to test different things for men and women. It is built to test sexual purity for women and sexual experience for men. The less the number for the former, the better it is, and the more the number for the latter, the merrier it usually is. The way I see it, it's like measuring weight. It only gives you a number, but it doesn't tell you whether your head weighs 4 kilos or 40 grams, or how much fat you have, which you'd want to lose, versus how much muscle you have, which you might want to gain or tone. It's just a universal number that tells you the number of kilos you and all your organs weigh at that time, which include the big ones you do have and the small ones you don't. So the next time you're out on a date and you happen to get the question, what's your body count? Just say that they shouldn't know yours and you probably shouldn't know theirs. Or alternatively, ask them why it's important and then refer them to this particular post. That being said, as far as body counts go, I hope you did learn something. And if you guys have any comments, feedback, questions, be sure to hit them down in the comments section if you're on IGTV. And if you are just listening through the audio, you can hit me up on the Breaktime on Westside DMs at Breaktime on Westside on IG. I will see you guys later. Take care.